Hi everyone, we're back at Kelly's Kitchen. Got a great recipe today. It's braided blueberry cheese Danish. The Danish part is made with shredded mozzarella cheese. You're gonna wanna see this, so come on in. Okay, so we're gonna start our cheese Danish. We're gonna use 8 ounces of shredded mozzarella cheese. I had to run to the store today to get mozzarella cheese. Something I did not notice, when you buy shredded mozzarella cheese, I looked at the back of the package for the ingredients, assuming it was just mozzarella cheese. I was wrong. Mozzarella cheese, when it's shredded, has cellulose in it, has potato starch in it, and some other crazy ingredient that is a mold inhibitor. Granted, I don't want mold in my cheese, but it took me about 3 minutes to shred a block of cheese myself, and I know that it's all cheese in here now. So just shred the cheese, people. That's all I'm saying. We're gonna take our shredded cheese and we're gonna do 2 ounces of cream cheese. We're gonna put that in the same bowl. We're gonna take this cheese and put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. We're gonna mix it up, put it in for another 30 seconds until we get it to the consistency we want. This is what it looks like after about 30 seconds in there. We're gonna go for another 30 seconds. So we have about a minute in, and this is what it looks like. If you can see that, looks nice and soft. So now we're gonna start adding this to our food processor. Before we get that started, I just wanna make sure to get my oven going to 350. So I do have that going on 350, preheating for me. Okay, so we're gonna put the cheese in the food processor. And now to that I'm going to add 1/3 cup of coconut flour, 2/3 of a cup of almond flour. I do have a tablespoon of a sweetener, and I use the organic stevia sweetener. We're gonna throw that in there. And then we also have 1 egg, slightly beaten, and a teaspoon of vanilla. So we're gonna get that all mixed up. So once that looks all mixed up, it looks all pretty good, all uniform in color here. Scrape the sides a little bit. We're gonna put this onto our cookie sheet that we lined with parchment. And to do this part, you got to get your hands wet a little bit. Here, I'm going to move this over. Hopefully you can see this a little bit better. Okay, so I wet my hands and we're going to flatten out this dough to about 9 by 12. Obviously, I have parchment paper on my cookie sheet here. So we have our dough all flattened out, roughly 9 by 12. So now we're going to make the filling. So I'm going to bring you down here. We have our fresh blueberries. That's the reason why I'm doing this, because of all the fresh blueberries. So if you saw my other series, I made the blueberry jam, the fresh blueberry jam, no canner required. Then I made the blueberry Danish, just the regular old-fashioned blueberry Danish. Now we're trying the gluten-free keto blueberry Danish. So we're starting out with, well, I'm not starting out with, we have our blueberries here. That's the reason why I'm doing this. Okay, so we're going to start to make our filling. I have 8 ounces of cream cheese. I'm going to put into the bowl. Then I have a teaspoon of vanilla. One egg. And then we're adding our sweetener. And again, I'm using the organic stevia sweetener. And you're going to use 1/4 cup. So we're going to mix this up really well. You could use a hand mixer if you prefer. You could use your food processor since you have it out. I'm just going to mix it by hand here. Shouldn't take more than a couple seconds. Now we're going to put this onto our dough that we made. Put it right down the middle. And now we're going to get the rest of this put together. We're going to sprinkle our blueberries on top. So if it kind of spreads out a little bit, we're just going to kind of push it back into the middle a little bit more. And I did use softened cream cheese. That's probably part of the reason why it's spreading out a little bit more. So then we're going to cut 1-inch strips. So once our 1-inch strips are cut, we're just going to crisscross our dough. Be careful not to pull too hard like I just did. Not keeping track of my crisscrosses here very well. I think I actually could have flattened this dough out just a little bit more than that. I'm going to tuck in the edge a little bit so we don't lose too much of that filling. So we're going to bake this for 40 minutes in the oven, and then I'll show you halfway through what it looks like and when it comes out. Okay, we're just a little back, about 20 minutes into our baking. I'll show you what it looks like. It's starting to darken up there. We'll check back in another 20 minutes. Okay, so we're going to take our Danish out of the oven. Looks good. Smells good. So we're going to let this sit and cool for a little bit, and then we're going to cut it up and have a bite. Can't wait. So there it is, the blueberry cheese Danish, all plated up and ready to be eaten. I really hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Please like and subscribe down below. And if you have any other blueberry recipes you'd like me to give a try, just let me know.